Hello, I'm Kyle Cringe, aka The Forging Dork, and this is Nigel Thornberry, and you might have noticed that today we are not in the normal Forging Dork workshop. That's because I have next to no woodworking tools, and today we're making a Japanese Kanabo. And a Kanabo is basically just a Japanese baseball bat that has a bunch of metal studs in it, and I neglected to bring the studs to this house, so he's either going to come with me or I'm going to go alone after we get the wood cut out, and I'm going to put the studs in at the Forging Dork workshop. So right now outside what we have is a piece of 3.5 by 3.5 cedar wood that we're going to first cut so that we just get a smaller diamond shape, so it's still going to be a square, but it's just going to be smaller. Then what we're going to do is we're going to shave off the very tips of each side so that we have a more octagonal shape. That's going to be the base of our Kanabo. Then we're going to shave out a handle, and then we're going to take it home, drill holes, and put in the studs. So let's get into this. Alright, so what we have here is basically just a smaller square. Now we just have to cut off the edges, and that's going to make our octagonal shape, which will then be ready for sanding and putting in the studs. Now that is a technically octagonal post if I had ever seen one. We got a little bit of a mishap where these sides here came out a little shorter than these sides, but that's okay. We're going to go at it with a sander now so that we can smooth all those out. Make them nice and uniform. Alright, so I have the thing in the vice grip. Now I'm just going to take this fancy sander thing that looks like a heating iron, and I'm going to just sand these bevels so that they're nice and more uniform. Okay, so Nigel Thornberry and I have cut it out. We've sanded it down so that it is pretty octagonal, which is exactly what we're looking for. Now we have the pencil marks marked out for where our handle is going to be, and Kanabos typically have pretty long handles. They're meant to be held in both hands. pretty tightly. So now that we have that, we're going to make a couple of little saw marks so that we know how deeply to go, and then we're going to try to sand it down to shape so that it's round and stuff. Alright, so Nigel Thornberry says that he should be able to cut out the handle to the depth that we want with the bandsaw, so we're going to hope that it goes pretty well. So let's do it. Yeah. Your thumbs up or not in the shot at all. Okay. This is gonna be loud. We done did a diddly, guys. So what we're gonna do is, instead of trying to rectify this this handle whoops thing, yeah, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna chop it off here, and we're going to use the rest of it to make a one-handed Kanabo instead of a two-handed Kanabo, which I think might work out a little bit better anyway, seeing as the one-handed Kanabo, we could like hang it off our belt or something like that and actually like carry it around. This, as it is way too tall to take anywhere. I guess we could have like pretended it was like a cane or something. Yeah.
It would look too gaudy.
Yeah. So we're just gonna chop it off right there and turn this into a one-handed one. Alright, we have the handle nice and smooth, it's nice and beveled. We got a bit of a pommel here, and you can see where it turns into the body. The body's smoothed out. It's not 100% circular, but it is much more round than it was before. And here I have put some pencil notches, like here, 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 here. And those are representing holes, where the holes are going to go. What we have here are some 3/4 of an inch tall and 3/16 wide carriage bolts. We have a box of 100 of them. Based off of this pattern and where it stops on the body, we're only going to need about 36 of these bolts. 76, not 36, my bad. We're going to need 76 of these bolts, and what we're going to use to drill the holes for it is a 5/32 drill bit, so that it's just a little bit smaller than the carriage bolts themselves. Because of the carriage bolt's small nature and the difficulty that it takes to get them in, we're going to actually hammer them in a little bit and then use the tiniest wrench in existence and drill them in. So we'll give you a quick demonstration of that, and then because it's going to take literally 5 ever to do, we'll just we'll scene cut. Fuck, I couldn't say that word. Alright, now Nigel is going to demonstrate how to put in one of the bolts. You hammer it in a little bit so that it just like stays in, so that it stays in without wobbling around, because these are they're exceptionally difficult to put in for some reason. Alright, after you get it nice and stuck in there, you basically put a thumb on top of it, and you go at it with the world's tiniest wrench.
Wow, I'm just cruising to get my thumb smashed.
Yeah. I'd say that's enough, Mr. Thornberry.
Whatever.
It's time for the wrench.
Yeah.
Is that the smaller one, or is that the...
that was the larger one.
Yeah, you need the smallest one.
Yeah.
The smallest one in the world.
Seriously, you could have not gotten smaller carriage bolts.
I wanted to get smaller ones because 1, they're cheaper, and 2, I didn't want to split the wood.
Fair point. Yeah.
Total net cost of this project, $7 plus however much sandpaper costs, plus however much this wood costed. And this wood was probably expensive because it was like a 4x4 of what? Cedar. Yeah, cedar wood. You don't have to use cedar wood. You could use oak or something more abundant, a little cheaper, just as hard.
We just had cedar lying around.
Yeah.
Oh my god, whatever.
And,
Ugh.
yeah, as you can see, putting in a single one takes a really long time, and we have to put in all these fucking holes!
And this is just one side of it.
Yeah, so, we're gonna just cutscene here. We're gonna put in all these fucking carriage bolts, and we'll get back to you when we're done. You guys get the idea.
Whoa, I'm almost done with one!
Yeah! Alright, bye. It's fucking done, mate!